Welcome back, everybody. This is Where To Next. Probably gonna have some noise in the background, hummingbirds, dogs, chickens, what have you. So just try and bear with it. I was sitting on this information for a little bit. Figured some of you out there would actually enjoy, if you didn't know about this information, hearing about this information. You can always go to the Belize's government website on YouTube, and you can find the entire 5-hour clip and watch this yourself. I'm gonna cut some segments in from Patrick Faber, who's in the UDP, the United Democratic Party for Belize. They called a special session July 7th in the House of Representatives to discuss a gift from the United States of America in the amount of $250 million, which is historic. So yeah, they had to call a special session for the House of Representatives because of that. Because, you know, there's a lot of people here that want that money, and there are some people here that absolutely do not want that kind of gift from the United States. You know, me being American, there's always some kind of strings attached. It's just the way it is. Ever since I was little, growing up, you know, I've always seen the strings. Nothing is free. Nothing is a gift, not in that kind of amount. So figured I'd break it down for you a little bit before I showed you some of the clips. So yeah, they're getting ready to hand over $250 million to the Belizean government. And I just hope that they use that money appropriately. I hope that there's somebody overseeing where that money is going. I really hope that they do some good with it. I've seen the U.S. donate a lot of things since I've been here. Fire trucks. There's a plane to fight off narcos that they donated since I've been here. There's a lot of different things, computers, things for education. There's a lot of different things that they have donated, but this is unprecedented to gift, you know, $250 million to Belize under the guise of to help poverty. So hope you guys enjoy this video. Like I said, you can get the entire House of Representatives meeting. It's about 5 hours long on the Belize government website on YouTube, or you can just go to their own website that they have. Patrick Farber spoke about 15 to 20 minutes. I'm going to cut it up into clips so I don't make this video too long, but this guy is smart. He absolutely understands while taking money like this from the American government can be absolutely detrimental to Belize. So figured you guys would appreciate knowing about this information if you're back in the States, or if you're over here like me living, you know exactly what's going on. Yeah, the United States government is giving Belize $250 million. So if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please go ahead and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the share button. Check out a lot of the older videos. Appreciate you here watching. And for those of you returning, appreciate you guys. Appreciate all the comments, all the support and everything. So go ahead and check out this video from the UDP and tell me what you think in the comments. Is Belize selling out to the United States of America for $250 million?
The entire reason we're here on this matter is because of poverty, he says. The figures for poverty under the People's United Party's administration fell, as he boasted, because of a different method of calculation for poverty. If you say, in fact, it dropped from 52% to 36%, and then it came to 26% now. If it is indeed true that it is your practices that's causing all of this, then you wouldn't need the US's money in order to fix these problems with poverty, because evidently what you are doing is miraculously transforming poverty. And I remind the Prime Minister, Madam Speaker, that it is only in his world, it is only in Plan Belize's world, it is only in the PUP world that poverty is going down out there, because the man on the street does not feel that poverty is going down. It is a constant struggle, Madam Speaker, to survive every day in the streets of Belize. Receiving this grant under the guise of poverty, America not got money for waste, so they don't want to give you money to fix one problem where you don't already have under control, if what you are saying is true. I join with both sides, both speakers, or three speakers who have spoken before me, to say thank you to the United States of America. And I am happy to hear that Belize is going to be the recipient of $250 million from the United States. America has indeed been a great ally to Belize. All of this you've said. But let us remember, all of us in this honorable house, that our oath is to Belize. I say that, Madam Speaker, because the way how some of my colleagues get up and sing, you would think America is doing this out of some great love for Belize. In fact, no. They're doing it out of great love for the PUP, the wonderful plan Belize that they put into effect, the wonderful leadership of John Briceño, the wonderful government practices. This is what they're saying. This is why the United States woke up and said, all right, let's develop this Millennium Challenge. The US have their ears to the ground, I am sure, and I'm not anti the United States, but what I'm saying is, whenever you see the US doing something, it is as a part of a larger plan. This is historical. I watched as President Biden laid out his policy in his presentation a few days ago to NATO, and they're celebrating their 75th anniversary as NATO. They are very clear, you know, Madam Speaker, very crystal clear of what the agenda is, to keep the United States as a superpower. And so everything that the United States does is geared towards an agenda for the United States. Over the years, what we saw from our beloved neighbor to the north was them saying, you know what, Belize, you don't really need it. In fact, even though poverty was very, very much taking us over, the United States for many years said to us, no man, you don't need it, you don't qualify for no GDP at a level that you all don't need this. And then now, all of a sudden, the United States woke up and said, 250 million? I'm not saying, I'm not casting aspersions, but I'm saying we need to be woke. We need to be paying attention to what's going on in the wider world. Every single thing that is offered or given, and this is historic, you can check the record, over the last, I would say, 3 or 4 decades by the United States, is entangled in some wider policy of the US. Let's look at the situation with drugs and gang violence. Yes, the US has been very generous. What do they give us? Boats for the military, passport reading machines, ammunition, they have south-to-south communication with Louisiana, the fire stations, things like that. They do these things because it is in their interest to do that. Look, don't take my word for it. Look at what is happening in the wider world. The US is involved with the war in Ukraine. We saw that again being a main theme in the NATO 75th anniversary celebration. All that the United States is doing to assist, and its partners, but mostly the United States, assisting to do for Ukraine. They're involved with that war for a purpose. When they said Saddam Hussein had weapons of mass destruction and they had to go over there to do it. When you look at Afghanistan, the point I'm making, every single time there is an involvement like that, there is an agenda. Let's come back home. Let's look at what happened in the region. Let's look at what happened in Nicaragua. Let's look at what happened in Panama. Let's look at the whole involvement of the US in the Caribbean region and in the Latin American region, and you will see they have full-fledged foreign policies. to determine how they will treat with our countries. So don't come here. Don't come here and tell us that, oh, the US woke up and, whoa, because they love Plan Belize so much, and they love Prime Minister and his ministers so much that, oh, they've decided to be generous. Because that is hogwash. There is a reason why Belize has been selected, and I'm making the point that 9 out of 10 times, I'll give them the one for the benefit of the doubt, but and I don't blame America. No, America has its agenda. We should have an agenda too. But when there is this kind of gift, not alone, you know, $250 million gift, you best believe there is some agenda. And I'm not saying it's a bad agenda necessarily, but I am hoping that the Prime Minister can tell us what it is that the US is going to get from this. It is to show you that America has an agenda, and when you see they do something for you, it's because they expect you to do something for them. So I am asking the government what it is that we are expected to do for the United States for this $250 million. But I'm hoping that we're not selling out our souls lock, stock, and barrel to the United States, you know, because while they're a good neighbor, a good friend, no problem, I am a Belizean, and all of us in this honorable house should be Belizean first. We should be looking out for our own selves, saying, listen, make sure that whatever agenda is behind this kindness is one that we can all live with, and one that will not infringe on our own democratic principles and rights in this country. The bulk of this money, we are told 80% being used for education. Can have no quarrel with, no, I like that we get a grant, you know. I'm just telling you, be careful. Just listen. Listen, at the end of this, I will tell you that I support this bill. I can tell you from now, make you know, have to wait. But I cannot be quiet, and it is our duty in this honorable house, even if it steps on some toes, to make the Belizean people go into situations with their eyes wide open. And we as leaders need as well to go into situations with our eyes wide open.
All right, guys. So if you just watched the clips that I just did, then you saw Mr. Faber, you know, pretty much go in detail about how long that he's been dealing with the United States, and about how, you know, the U.S. doesn't do anything for free. There's always some kind of strings attached, that, you know, there's always a bigger agenda. You know, the fact they need to be careful, and, you know, it has nothing to do with politics, and why all of a sudden now, you can really see, which is good, you know, it's good that you can see that somebody in politics here in the House of Representatives is actually that concerned about taking that amount of money from the United States of America, under the guise of under the guise of poverty, as labeled as a gift. You know, he even knows, and unfortunately the bill's going to be going through, and they're going to be accepting that money. So but yeah, I figured you guys would like that. So go ahead and tell me what you think in the comments after seeing him speak. If you think that Belize should take that money from the United States government, if they should take that $250 million under the guise of poverty and do something with it, or just turn their heads and say thank you but no thank you. Tell me what you think. Once again, appreciate you guys watching. Have a great one, everyone.